Hey everyone, my name is Jason Weber, and welcome to this year's Audience Growth Panel as part of the Developer Summit. Super excited to be here. When our publishers win, we win. And today we will be discussing just a few tools to help your teams maximize user growth on the Roku platform. I started at Roku roughly 4 years ago and have been wildly impressed with our developer community, our relations with our developers, and the continued innovation that you put into building great experiences for Roku users. So thank you sincerely. It is our job here at Roku. We are singularly focused to help all participants leverage the Roku platform across users, publishers, and advertiser to have the best experience streaming content in the ecosystem. So jumping into the agenda today, we walk through the three key pillars of the streamer's journey: acquisition, awareness, and engagement, and the tools we have at our disposal to help our channel partners grow these KPIs over time. We will showcase how to set up and launch your own marketing campaigns through our self-service Roku Ad Manager. And finally, we'll close out on Roku Search, which is the backbone of our content discovery experiences that we are building on the platform, making it easier for consumers to find the content that they want to watch. So let's jump in. First up, before we get into the content of the presentation, we do have a Q&A section at the end of this presentation. So feel free to take a few moments to scan the QR code and enter your questions there. So jumping into the streamer's journey, which I categorize as the three-pillar approach here, moving users from an awareness phase of your app and getting to know your channel and your content to the acquisition phase on down to engagement and retention of that user over time. So let's jump in here. And we will kind of jump off at these kind of three pillars, as I mentioned, to the streamer's journey. We've been investing significantly across product, analytics, consumer experience, and sales to ensure that our partners understand the value and performance that we can deliver to them. So starting with awareness of your channel or app on the platform, there's roughly 15,000 apps on the platform. We're adding new ones each and every day. And navigating this kind of crowded space within the platform can be challenging to gain scale. We've seen, channels launch on the platform and have a bit of trouble generating users and growth on the platform, which is why it's imperative to build that top of funnel awareness with your prospective consumers and users. Actions such as installs or visiting your app, these are necessary KPIs that we need to focus on before we can move those users down the funnel to become viewers and to stream for hours and hours. So with infinite choice and kind of limited discretionary spend available on the platform, acquiring users has become very challenging in the streaming world. The content's very fragmented, and becoming more aware of your channel is super important, as we mentioned. And there's no better place to do that marketing and drive awareness than on the connected TV platform that is number one in North America. So secondly, I want to focus on acquisition, which is the pillar of navigating users from an awareness phase into having your app on the platform and engaging with it on a consistent basis. Acquisition is super important, especially around your most tentpole programs and high-profile content that you have within the service. Then lastly, moving on to engagement and ensuring that the strategies that you have put in place from an awareness phase and acquisition phase can lead to customer lifetime value for your users and ensuring that they are streaming your app on a consistent basis. So with 73.5 million global active accounts, our scale at Roku is unmatched and continues to grow, again, due to our singular focus on streaming and commitment to an easy to use operating system. It's very common for us to have feedback from users, partners. The Roku platform is easy to use. And again, the awareness, acquisition, and engagement phases of the streamer's journey, we are investing heavily across each of those buckets to really drive home the best value proposition for our users. So now we'll dive deeper into each of these products that we offer to channel partners and how you can leverage these products in your day-to-day to help maximize your presence on the Roku platform. So the streamer's journey starts from the moment they purchase their Roku device, whether that's on Roku.com or at our various retail partners that offer Roku devices. Once a user opens up their Roku box and unboxes either their TV or their streaming device, one of the first things they see is a remote control, which includes kind of your typical D-pad and other controls such as sound, etc. There are also 4 partner branded buttons that are positioned at the bottom of the Roku remote. And this is permanent branding for a publisher to maximize the awareness of your service on the Roku platform. Users have a one-click access to open an app, and it's traditionally one of the most powerful tools that we have to offer channel partners, which leads to that awareness aspect of your channel on the platform. Not only do buttons drive consumer habit and awareness of your service, our data actually shows that users who are utilizing this button on a consistent basis have a higher opportunity to be acquired as consumers. They are streaming more content than users that are not interacting with the button. So not only does the button have upper funnel branding awareness benefits, but it also has downstream KPI performance, such as engagement, that really matters to our channel partners. And again, owning a button on a Roku device has forever long-term benefits. This remote is positioned on a user's coffee table or end table for the eternity that they're using that Roku remote. So not only will you see the benefits in the months after launching a button, but from years to come as users continue to utilize that button as their access point into your streaming app. So the next stage after a user unboxes their device is the account registration, which is the initial channel setup product that we will be reviewing today. So once a user powers up their TV, we take users through kind of a series of questions to really better understand their viewing habits, their genre preferences, maybe some existing subscriptions that they might have to other services. And these questions really help to inform our machine learning engine and allows us to recommend apps to install on their new device. The initial channel setup that we offer is essentially a way to bubble up your app to be recommended higher in the initial channel setup flow, ensures that your app receives feature placement and is recommended, again, higher to prospective users through the registration process. We've seen roughly 24% of all channel installs on the platform were driven through the initial channel setup product in Q1 of 2023, as this is a significant product at driving top of funnel awareness and making sure that when users are finished with their account registration, that when they load their device, that all of the apps that they have chosen within the initial channel setup are there present on their platform. So moving on to native display, which for those who have a Roku device, the typical setup is the left-hand navigation where we have our home screen, our channel store, your grid of apps, and on the right-hand side is a native display banner unit, which takes up a third of the home screen and is 100% viewable to all consumers at some point within their streaming journey. This is Roku's bread and butter. This placement is not only great at driving awareness of your service and maybe the content that you have on your service, but also is great at driving acquisition and engagement benefits. So that is why I would categorize this as the bread and butter of Roku's media and entertainment product suite. Partners take advantage of this to really promote their most important programming that will drive action, whether that is an install, whether that is a behavior such as streaming and engaging with that content. It really works across all 3 pillars. And acquisition can be different for some channels versus others. An SVOD channel, maybe their definition of acquisition is someone who starts a free trial. For a app on our platform that is purely ad supported, an AVOD service, that might be someone that's streaming content for the first time. So each channel has different ways of defining acquisition. Luckily, the native display banner unit can help with all facets of acquisition based on your app's business model. So roughly over half of Roku users are reached by the native display unit, roughly 20 plus days each month. And so users that are consistently using the Roku device have come to depend on the native display unit to keep them informed of the latest programming and the best new content, the live sporting event that is on this service. It's an excellent way of promoting content. And the best part about this unit is that you own and can control the creative elements of this design. And you can also layer on Roku's first-party data to target users based on either their demographic or their behavior on the platform. So not only can you target adults 18 to 49, you can also target users based on their behavior with your app, as in users that have installed your app but haven't necessarily viewed content, or users that have viewed content but aren't necessarily as engaged as you would like them to be. Native display is one of the best products that we offer to our channel partners, and really looking forward to the opportunity to kind of move to the third phase of the streamer's journey, which is engagement. So last but not least is our video ads, which serve across the Roku ad network. Partners can launch traditional 15 or 30-second free or mid-roll video ad campaigns that you might find on traditional linear TV, promoting the latest content that they have within their service. But the added benefit here to launching video advertising on Roku, a connected TV platform, is you can take the sight, sound, and motion from a traditional 15 or 30-second ad spot on linear, which is predominantly through reach, and you can layer on targeting and measurement that comes with advertising within a connected TV ecosystem. The sight, sound, and motion are key elements at promoting a new show. And our internal research shows us that users that were exposed to video advertising were roughly 2x more likely to talk about that show with their friends after the fact. And so the connected TV advertising landscape, it really drives home an engaged viewer and someone that is very keen to find and discover new content. And so the ability to target users who are already in your funnel, as in they have installed your app but haven't necessarily viewed content, moving them through that funnel and that journey is really critical. And leveraging video advertising as a part of our media and entertainment product suite is one of the best ways at ensuring that the users that you have acquired through either install or acquisition-based campaigns, that we can make sure that those users stay active accounts of your service for as long as possible and drive meaningful monetization for your apps on the platform. So moving on to how do you launch one of these campaigns, and the three specific products that I just referenced here, which are our initial channel setup, our native display, and our video advertising. The Roku Ad Manager is the best place to do that, and ensuring that your marketing teams have the tools that they need to launch and test and measure performance of a campaign on the Roku platform. So first up, you want to sign in and create an account within the Roku Ad Manager. You want to select your new campaign and input your first-party targeting. You want to set the campaign budget and schedule that campaign, upload the creative based on the specs and requirements that we have at Roku, input your payment, and launch your campaign. The best part is, as your campaign is delivering and performing, you can iterate and make tweaks to your targeting segments to measure the performance of each and to see how you can best optimize your marketing dollars to reach as many consumers on the platform as possible. So transitioning from paid media to a product that is completely free and very much in the wheelhouse of you developers of Roku apps on the platform, and that is search. Search is the backbone of Roku's content discovery experiences, and ensuring that all metadata, all of the content types that you offer within your service are included in your Roku search feed are going to allow us the best optimal way to merchandise your content across the platform and make sure as many users are coming in contact with your content as possible. So we'll kind of walk through the three, I would say, content discovery experiences in the platform that have launched more recently that we're super proud of, starting with our What to Watch experience, which is situated high in the left-hand navigation of your Roku device and primarily includes entitled content from services we know that a user is subscribed to. We have a general understanding of a user watching a specific app on the platform. We can infer that they are subscribed and entitled to that content. We will merchandise that content from that app provider into our What to Watch experience, which also includes our Continue Watching row as well for direct access to your most recent content that the user is engaging with. Next up is sports. Sports is also a left-hand navigation discovery experience that it recently launched last fall. We launched this product, frankly, due to the fragmentation of sports rights and content being disparate across a variety of different services. And we wanted to make it easier for consumers to find the live sports that they were entitled to, as well as how to make that transition from a linear-based viewing to a streaming-based viewing experience. And we feel this has great benefits across the acquisition and engagement KPIs, our ability to merchandise and promote the services where users can find that content is really a huge value proposition. And again, completely free to developers and to our channel partners. And moving on to live TV, which is a similar experience to What to Watch. The live TV zone is situated in the left-hand navigation and features direct access to live TV services and fast channels. The Discovery experience also links to our electronic programming grid for easy navigation and discoverability of live content on the Roku platform. This Discovery experience has very similar benefits to What to Watch and sports, the acquisition benefits as well as the engagement benefits, moving users directly into content that they have been watching previously or that they are interested in is super important and core to our search experience and our Discovery products that we are building here at Roku. So moving on to some key takeaways here, really focus on the streamer's journey when building your audience on Roku. We touched on the awareness, the acquisition, and the engagement pillars of the streamer's journey, tailoring your marketing campaigns with your marketing teams to hit on each of those three cohorts of users and moving them through the journey, through the funnel to hopefully ensure that they're longtime subscribers, users, viewers of your content is really critical. And visiting the Roku Ad Manager is the best place to do that and to launch, test, and measure campaigns that can hopefully grow over time and give you a direct return on your investment. Moving to Roku Search, really prioritizing Roku Search across all content types and genres is critical. So visit the Roku developer portal to learn more about the ways that you can optimize and improve your search feed and the metadata that you include in that search feed and how that has significant benefits to user growth and monetization for all parties involved. So last, I'll leave you with a quote from Charlie Collier, our president of Roku Media, which is, Roku is not fighting for turf in the streaming wars. Roku is the turf. We are not in the streaming wars. The streaming wars are playing out on our platform. I think this really rings true. Roku is not competing with the likes of Disney, of Netflix, of Paramount, of everyone that's in the room here. Our singular focus is to help channel partners understand the power, the scale, and the tools at their disposal to create an amazing streaming experience for our users. And I believe the Q&A section is upon us, and please feel free to scan the QR code and we'll be happy to take your questions. In conclusion, wrapping up, I want to thank everyone in attendance. Thank you for your teamwork, your partnership, and most importantly, your investment in Roku and delivering the best streaming experience for our mutual users. Thank you so much.